Hello everybody, what's happening? Shiny Lee Long. Alright, so what I got today? Alright, check it out. I want to show you something. Alright, well, if you want to see it. I mean, if you don't want to see it, I can just cut the camera off and call it a day. But I'm going to show it to you anyway. Come on, baby. Come on over here, girl. She's a little heavy in the butt, but can you see it? 1978 Fender Jazz. Whew. Let me put it to you this way. This girl has got some weight. And you might want to start losing weight, but if you do, you'll sound different. So keep your weight, girl. Keep your weight. Alright, anyway, it's got a Tone Monster preamp in it. You say Tone Monster? Yeah, got a Tone Monster preamp in it. Let me show you what the knobs are. And here you go. Volume, pan, mids, low, mid-high, bass, and treble. And on the back, battery compartment. And does it have war paint? Absolutely. You got so much war paint. Look. War paint, look. There's some more. There's some right there too. But I like it though. Alright, so this morning, I'm coming out of my TC Electronic, TC Electronic 250, the BG 250. Alright, I got it turned down to like 10 o'clock. Alright, so let's check the tuning on it to make sure it's tuned right. I'm going to turn everything off. Alright, let's do that. Check the tuning. Oh, on the BG Electronic, it's got a tuner on top of it, and you can hit the mute and everything will stop. Watch. Hit the mute. The little black button on top is turning volume all the way up and tune silently. Silently. Yes. You can't even hear me tune. You can hear me tune, can you? No, you can't. Alright. Alright then. Here we go. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn it to the rear. And this is how the bass sounds with everything off. You hate to say off. Just say down. Alright, everything down. Okay, here's your rear. Now this bass actually sounds amazing without any preamp. So you ask me, why did you put a preamp in it? Let me see. Because I wanted to? Indeed. Alright, so basically, this thing weighs a lot. But it sounds amazing. Alright, so that was the rear pickup we're on now. Front pickup. Okay, real smooth sounding, real dark and warm sounding bass. You know, because it's got a rosewood neck on it with block inlays. And the greatest thing about these block inlays, they are pearl. Okay, you can't do pearl anymore. All right, it's against the law. So if you got something old and it's got pearls in it, you're good to go. All right, and the law won't come knocking at your door. Sweet. All right, so here we go. All right, so we did the front, we did the rear with nothing on. Now let's start dialing in stuff. Let's dial in the mids first. All right, so we dial the low mids to D10, and you get this. Both pickups on? Yes. Okay, and then you go to the rear pickup, and let's see how that sounds. Front pickup. Okay, both pickups. Okay. Now let's dial in the top mids. All right. Because we don't have no bass and treble on already. All right. And check this out. No bass and treble is on. You hear that? It's natural, baby. You just a natural girl. I love you. Anyway, all right, so we get going. Let's dial in mids to D10. That's high mids to D10. You hear it clean up a lot? Okay, now let's dial in. Let's go to the bass and treble. Let's dial some of that in. Let's dial the treble in D10. Check it out. Okay. let's go to the rear and see how the rear sounds. Jocko would love this bass. He would. If Jocko was living, he would love this bass. But he won't be able to get it because I got it. He could borrow it though. Okay. Now let's dial in bass to D10. So you got mids to D10, high and low, bass to D10, and you got treble to D10, and you get this. Okay, and that's the rear pickup. Let's go to both pickups. You hear that? You can hear the growl underneath of it. And the strings are underneath the fret. That's how close they are. Get your strings that way. I like the way you talk. Okay, so here we go. Now we're gonna dial the bass all the way up. Listen at that. You hear that? I did. Thank you. Now let's dial the treble all the way up. That is a natural 1978 jazz. Natural. The preamp didn't color nothing. It's just whatever the bass sounds like, that's what the preamp brought out. It didn't color it, it made it sound, extra snappy and extra punchy. It didn't make it sound like that. The bass sounds like it naturally. That's why I love 70s basses. A lot of them are hit and miss, but this is a hit. She's got a bigger butt and a lot more weight. That's all. Alright, so let's go mids all the way. Alright, on the bottom mids all the way. Top mids all the way. Alright, so I'm not much of a mid guy because this bass is already heavily midded. Did I say that right? Heavily midded? Okay, if I didn't, blame it on... anyway. Alright, thank you, Hen. Okay, here we go. We're going to see how this girl sounds. I'm going to turn the mids back a little because I'm not much of a mid guy if the bass has got that much mid in it. Okay, but let's see how she does. Let's funk on her a little bit. My name is Johnny Long. This is my 1978 Fender Jazz with the Tone Monster preamp. What do you think about it? I think I like it. Peace out.